If I was a betting man, I would have said it would be very hard to achieve that.
No, I would have thought when I first introduced this, as a dark chocolate, I figured, okay, you know, most Americans prefer milk chocolate.
Right.
If we could manage a 3.5 star review that half the people love it, half the people might not, okay, but as you see from the reviews, this is a dark chocolate, but it's not a dark chocolate that milk chocolate lovers can't appreciate, like me.
So that's it, folks. Don't forget, April, that's the final month to be able to take advantage of monthly savings, and of course we don't ship in summertime. Our team are getting ready for our today's special that is now 5 minutes away on Ultimate Eye Support. We're excited about that. Rounding out this hour, though, one of the all-time favorites, CoQ10, and Andrew Lessman and CoQ10 go together, that they are one and the same. A product that Andrew brought to such prominence here, one that I take religiously. Andrew, a common sense product that really delivers.
Absolutely. We introduced CoQ10 back in 1984. I started my company in 1979. At the time I started it, I was looking for a source for CoQ10.
Right.
Because anyone who understands how our cells work, how our cells produce energy, one of the first ingredients you would want to include beyond the obvious B-complex vitamins that are involved in energy production, you'd want to include CoQ10. But there wasn't a source of CoQ10 available until I found a company in Japan in around 1983, 1984. And the interesting thing was, at the time, I wanted such a tiny amount. I begged them to literally just send me a few hundred grams of the material, because CoQ10 at that time was a few $1,000s a kilogram.
Right.
But it was the recognition of the importance of the ingredient that had me literally begging for them to send it to me for Japan. And they were only producing material for use in laboratories, not for use in supplements at that time. And eventually, of course, the public became more educated, and now CoQ10 is what it is today. It's respected as perhaps the single most central molecule to energy production and to supporting our energy levels and to supporting the optimum functioning of all our organs. Plus, beyond that, if we look at the typical medications that most Americans take, a cholesterol-lowering statin drug lowers our CoQ10 levels and lowers our ability to produce energy for our systems to optimally function. Antidepressants, beta blockers, a class of drugs for blood pressure, antihypertensives, for also cardiac arrhythmias, things like that. Bisphosphonates, a class of drugs for osteoporosis, osteopenia. The list goes on and on. The typical drugs we take impact the levels of CoQ10. We have the synthesis of CoQ10 in our body, so it affects, no wonder so many of these medications, top of the list of side effects is fatigue. So CoQ10 is central to common sense energy production. It's not a stimulus.